Hi, everybody. It's Lee Milteer, and welcome to Authentic and Unapologetic. We have a great show for you today. I'm so happy all of you are here, and for all of our people who are here, if you'd be so kind to like and share, because your voice does matter to me. And remember, everybody, I have a gift for you. It's called the 5 Types of Energy. And all you have to do is go to 5 Types of Energy, and you will get 5 free videos on mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial energy. And this is your really, that energy is what gets you going every day. This is a free video. It's worth about $100. Hope you'll go get it. So let me tell you about our fabulous guest today. And let me tell you, Mr. Seth Greene is the guy to go to if you're an entrepreneur. So let me tell you about him. He is literally one of the nation's foremost authorities on growing your business. And he has cutting edge podcast and relationship based marketing, which are very, very important. He is the founder of Inc. 5000 Direct Response Marketing Agency. He's the co-host of Sharkpreneur podcast, which he has interviewed me. And he has been named the #6 business podcast to listen to. So go look him up. He is also 9 times best-selling author who has been interviewed on NBC, CBS, Forbes, CBS Money Watch, and many more shows. He's the only person in history to be nominated 3 years in a row for the Unbelievable Magnetic Marketing Marketer of the Year Award with Dan Kennedy and Russell Brunson. He is a serial entrepreneur, and he has founded multiple successes and businesses. Seth, congratulations first on all that incredible bio. It's very impressive. So thank you.
Thank you so much. You and I have known each other a long time. It is an honor to be here. I'm excited to contribute.
Thank you so much. Okay. So we're going to air this in all kinds of places for you, but this program is called Authentic and Unapologetic. I named it that specifically because you primarily work in mindset and marketing. And there's not a lot of people who do that, actually. People are either all mindset or all marketing. And I think you have a great advantage connecting those two together. My first question to you really is, when you teach things, were there things that you know and did yourself that were hard to teach because maybe they weren't in vogue or they weren't the most popular things, but you knew in your heart they were the right things? Anything like that in your life?
All of it. Yeah, absolutely. So I realized that you couldn't do the marketing without the mindset. And every other marketing agency or marketing company that's just doing the marketing is doing their clients a disservice, because what we found, and I know you know this, what we found is we could do the greatest marketing campaign in the world. We could do something that had worked for 17 other businesses in the exact same profession. And if client number 18 had the wrong mindset, it wouldn't work. And I was banging my head against the wall going, this worked in 17 other cities. Why isn't it working in this one? And we went back and looked at the recordings of the client interaction and found that from the very beginning, they were like, I've been burned before. I don't think this is going to work, but I'll give it a shot. I don't really know. And magically, we didn't get results. And then we looked at all our clients who were really successful, and they all came in going, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this work. This is going to be great. This is going to grow my business. And we did the same marketing in this example every single time. And finally, I'm stubborn. It took me a little while to figure out on client number 18, hey, wait a second. If they're putting out negative energy to the universe from day one, we shouldn't accept them as a client, because it doesn't matter what great marketing we do. It's not going to work because they won't let it.
That is so profound. It is so profound because of their expectations. It would not work. They were self-fulfilling prophecies, and that was the vibrational energy they were sending to the universe.
Absolutely. We had clients, before I learned this lesson, we had clients say, oh, your marketing didn't work. I mean, we generated 27 or 270 or whatever it was, how many leads for your business or opt-ins or whatever it was. Oh, they were bad leads. Did you follow up? Did you call them? Did you email them? Did you text them? Did you do the things in addition to what we do? No, because they were bad. We called a couple of them. They were bad leads. Okay, so it took me a couple 2 or 3 clients saying that. And then I would say, if they're bad leads, then, and you're going to cancel anyway, you don't mind if we then resell these leads to your competitor down the street, do you? And they'd be like, wait a second, no, don't do that. I'm like, I thought they were bad leads. And then magically, I literally did this last week. I had a client who said, hey, this guy registered for 3 of my webinars and then never replied to any emails, any phone calls. And I said, give me his number. I'll call him right now. And this was live on a coaching call with a group of members. And I called the guy. I left a message. He didn't answer. I would have been flying without a net, but I left him a message. And then magically within 20 minutes, he called my client back and is moving like $1.9 million his way. And he's, oh my God, that was a home run. I'm like, magic.
Do you think that, let's say the leaders, the entrepreneur, the person really signing all the checks, they have an attitude and their staff has been infected with the attitude? And so I've had staff lie to me that they've called people and followed up, completely lie. Oh, I emailed them 12 times. They forget I can actually get into their email. I can look at what was sent. I can even do that search thing to this person, shockingly. Do you think that's true? Do you think that's what's happening?
I think it goes both ways. I think if the owner has a negative or positive mindset, and we'd hope for positive, it flows down to the staff. And then I think there are times that the staff tries to flow up without consciously doing it to the owner. I think there are times that the staff will go, oh no, he came back from another Dan Kennedy conference. He's going to have 27 ideas. We just got to get through it and make sure we don't have to do too much work to implement these things. And he's going to forget about them in 2 or 3 months anyway. And they would sabotage, consciously or unconsciously, sabotage the results. And then the guy would say the marketing doesn't work. And it wasn't that the marketing didn't work. It was, 1, it didn't get done. And 2, the mindset behind it was negative to start on behalf of your staff. So I think the most important thing you've got to do every single day as a business owner or entrepreneur is manage your emotional state, because you can't drink from an empty cup. You can't lead your staff. I've been teaching this to my 12-year-old daughter, who's captain of 2 cheer teams, and this is her first time being captain. And she's so frustrated going, they're not doing what I tell them to do. And and I'm like, it's not about telling them what to do. And if you're frustrated and you go in going, oh, I don't want to go to practice, no one's going to listen to me, they won't listen to you. And you've got to lead from a place of excitement and confidence. Otherwise, nobody's going to follow you.
She has a great dad giving her great advice. And she's obviously going to be an entrepreneur, because look at the great example you're giving. All right. So let's go into a little bit more of that. When you talk to these, let's say, young souls, people, that's my nice code word, okay?
Fair enough.
I'm assuming you're not apologetic about your views and what works. Yes? You're not?
No, I am not apologetic. We almost do in our fact-finding first call process. There is a section that is, I would label, more spiritual. And when we get pushback on that, I'll be like, I'll tell them this is important, because if you don't come into this with, regardless of your spiritual or religious beliefs, if you don't come into this with the right energy, no matter what we do, it won't work. So we need to do that energy audit at the beginning and make sure that you believe in things that will help us. And if we get people who are like, oh, I don't believe in any of that stuff, I'm like, that's a problem.
Yeah, because this is an energetic mismatch.
Yes, absolutely.
So at some point, you must come to the conclusion that it's for your own highest and best and sanity to cut these people out. And are they surprised when you let them go?
Yes, I have had people go, wait a minute, you're not going to take my money? You're not going to help me? And I'm like, it's just going to be a waste of your time and money, and you're just going to frustrate my staff, because we're going to do our job, but you're not going to let it work. And sometimes I get they're offended. Sometimes I get okay, geez, maybe I'll shift once in a great while. But most of the time it's, wow, no one's ever turned me away before. This is crazy. And there are times that we turn people away when it hurts, when we need the money, but we know we can't come to it from that mindset either.
Yes, I have been in your shoes many times. Of course, I've written spiritual books, so I
have them all.
Thank you so much. I recently realized I was doing some events, and I realized you see the list and you look at the list and before it goes out. And I realized that some of these people that I have, actually, the correct word is chasing.
Yep.
The correct word is chasing, letting them know I got this, I got that, and I got the other. And I identified a very strong number of these people who were what I call just empty work. that they'd respond, they'd ask for information. Then they'd ask for more information and more information, but they never, ever signed up for an event, for a membership site, for nothing. And about 3 months ago, I identified them and I started removing them from my list.
Good for you.
And my staff is, what? All we do is try to get people on the list. And you're like slashing 150 people off the list. Could you just explain to me what's going on? I said, yeah, it's frustrating to me to continue to hand over really good materials, education that they say they're interested in, but in the last 5 years haven't even bought a book under $20.
Yep. Our mutual friend Doberman Dan has a book called Just Sell the Damn Thing.
Yes, I have that book.
Me too. That is all about the opposite, going, don't offer free lead magnets. They either buy, even if it's a micro purchase of a book or a $5 ebook or whatever, they vote with their wallet. If they aren't willing to put up any money, don't keep them on your list. Don't attract those people, because the people who come in for something free, it's a lot harder to convert them to something paid than people who pay something, even if it's small, from day one.
Yes. And even going down that corral of rabbit hole, I actually had my staff unfriend these people from my social media.
Wow, good for you. I haven't taken it that far. I've gotten them off the email list, but I love that.
No, and this took me months to make this decision, but I was tired of the private messages asking for private coaching free, or in some way hooking me in my energy into them where they receive something, but it was a fair exchange for value. If I am providing, and we're providers and helping people, and our heart is completely into integrity, giving them exactly and everything that we said we would give them and more. And then if I always receive the empty side of this, then it's not a fair exchange for value. And I am just letting them go back to wherever they need to be. I'm not even playing anymore. And if someone would ask me, I'm going to tell them the truth. We've already written a statement up. I love form letters. Just change the first and last paragraph, and the sandwich is still there. And I've already written the letter of, if I've unfriended you, and here's why. It's not personal at all. I only have so much life energy. And I'm not willing to keep spending life energy on people I actually cannot help.
Wow. Good for you.
We'll see.
Yes, the time will tell.
Time will tell. I know there will be a few what I call parasitic type of personalities.
The time vampires?
The time vampire. But I believe our work does collect parasite kind of energies.
Okay, so I would politely challenge that statement. And you just said, I believe that our work does do these things.
Oh, goodness.
I would borrow a page from your book and say, we need to change that belief system.
Oh, my God.
Teaching
that. Thank you so much. Okay. I had believed that.
Up until now.
I had believed that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I actually really do like it when people catch me. I'm not honoring my own word here. Okay, so in the past, I have experienced that. Wait, that's a much better statement.
Yes.
So any other examples about what you teach and how you have to really be very mindful of who is in your world and how they're actually influencing you?
Absolutely. So you've written about that we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So you got to really think about. And I had this conversation with someone in my life the other day about all of their closest circle of friends, and how their closest circle of friends, every single one of them always seemed to have stuff. And it was always more serious than the person I was talking to stuff. So this person felt like they gave to those people all the time. And when they put in their group thing, hey, I need support, everybody had bigger stuff than them. And they're always giving, and they never got to receive from this group of people. So it's all about, are these people lifting you up, or are these people at your level, or are they bringing you down? Which is why I'm part of EO, which I know, and I wanted to be in a room full of entrepreneurs who were doing 5, 10, 20 times our revenue and go, damn, I got to catch up. I want to be inspired by these people, as opposed to being in the 3 or 4 other rooms every month where I was the most successful person in the room mostly in leading those rooms. And I said, I need a place to go plug into.
Yes. I had a mastermind group during the COVID thing. And the thing that popped up really glaringly for me is the number of people who would come and share their needs. They got taken care of and then they bailed. They left the room. And I started bringing this to their attention as this is not fair, Mr. Jones, you to come in and spend 20 minutes of our time giving you information and then, oh, I got to go.
Magically every time.
Every time. So I actually wrote letters to these people and said, look, this is not part of our agenda and our rules and our regulations. And it's not actually being fair or nice to the other people. And it paints you as the kind of person you might not like how it's painting you. So this is a very hard rule that you need. It's only an hour. You can't squeeze an hour out when you know every month in advance what the time is and all that.
And you can't give it all. You take every single time and then disappear.
Yes. So I had to start letting these people go. And some of them were like, they were very entitled people, obviously. And they were very livid about it. How dare you? And I paid my dues. And I said, yeah, but you didn't come forth with, this is a circle. It's not just come get and leave.
Yeah.
So I've been on a personal, let's say, mission to just align myself with people that there's a fair exchange for value.
Absolutely. It's funny that you mentioned that. I had, at one point in time, I forget what year it was, gone through a Tony Robbins relationship mastery course and then happened to go get a drink with my dad, who's divorced from my mom for a number of years and has a girlfriend that they've been living together for a long time. And I had given him some relationship advice, and I had said, marriage is a place you go to give, not to get. And it looked like deer in the headlights, like total shock, surprise, like never thought of it that way. I'm like, maybe that explains your divorce from my mother and some other relationships that haven't worked out along the way if you're just there to get your needs met.
I don't know the age of your father, but the way, historically men have been brought up to believe that the wife is the provider of
80s and is in a different generation.
Completely different generation. My father was part of that generation. I think he might have been a little bit more aware. But let me put this into perspective. He was a farmer rancher, so there were some limits to that.
Yep, I was going to say probably not many self-help and personal development books out in the farm field.
No, as a matter of fact, I'll share this humor. When I got into this business, my father kept saying to me, let me get this straight. They pay you to talk?
Amen. It's what you're saying and how you're saying it.
So anyway, he found that very amusing. He thought, now that's very creative. He also used to joke to me. He said, as I was growing up, he would say, you need a really good career or be self-employed because you're really not good wife material.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. He has some mindset shifts to make separately.
He did. But he was a hilarious man. He was just a brilliant man about what he did for a living. That is
some other things.
Yes, other things for sure. So let's talk about how you help people, because one of the reasons I wanted to interview you is I think you're a great resource. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that might be biting on the wrong fishing lines occasionally. And you have a pristine reputation. Of all these years, no one has ever spoken bad about you to me. And I hang around the Dan Kennedys and the Russell Brunsons, and you would not have gotten those free awards for just being average. Let's talk about how you help people.
Sure. So we're going to go anti-Doberman Dan for a minute and go, if you want the free content, we just launched in the last couple months the Inner Empire podcast, which is at innerempirepodcast.com. And that is specifically are the mindset and emotional and spiritual development stuff it takes to grow to and past a 7-figure business. So if you want to check that out, we'd love to have you give it a listen. That is all of these lessons. This is stuff literally I said to myself months ago, I want to create the thing I wish I had. And some of it is the stuff I wish I had each week. It's Mondays and Fridays. And sometimes it's literally what I'm experiencing, what I'm struggling with, what I'm dealing with every single week. So check that out. And then if we're talking on the marketing side, we really work in 3 different verticals. We serve e-commerce businesses. We serve the author, speaker, coach, consultant, course creator, information marketer. And then we serve professional practices. So think financial advisor, accountant, lawyer, dentist type of folks. And we have a number, obviously, of different services for them. But our flagship claim to fame is our ability to turn your top 50 clients into your top 50 referral sources without having to ask them for referrals, or to use the same process to recruit the top 50 affiliates you want to promote your business or your offer.
Excellent. All right. Would you give me that very first thing?
InnerEmpirePodcast.com.
All right. Thank you. All right. I just really have appreciated seeing you. Is there anything within yourself, our last story today, maybe a personal story where you may have realized that you weren't as authentic as you would like to be, or a lesson you learned about being authentic?
Yes. So lesson I've learned about being authentic. So my favorite quote, other than Lee Milteer's, is from Dr. Corey Melnikoff's best-selling book, The $4 Sandwich. Full transparency, he's my brother-in-law, but he's grown from one chiropractic clinic to 25 or 30 as of the time that we're airing this.
Wow.
And in that book, my favorite quote is, who you are being affects how what you do works, which I know you teach. So who you are being affects how well what you are doing will work. So the lesson I have learned from that is spend more time working on yourself, reading Lee's books, getting her newsletter, participating in her coaching groups, working on yourself, even though it isn't another Facebook ad or Instagram ad or marketing campaign, will magically make everything else work better.
Okay. I love that. That's fantastic. Tell everybody how they can find you.
Okay, so company website is marketdominationllc.com. We have a special offer for Lee's audience. If you want to get 30% off the Amazon cost of my physical best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, Turning Warm, Fuzzy Feelings into Cold, Hard Cash, go to ultimatepodcastbook.com and we will ship you a physical copy at 30% off the Amazon price. And the social network I'm most active on is LinkedIn, Seth Greene with an E on the end.
All right. I'm sure that LinkedIn is a little bit more sane than with Facebook.
Certainly lately.
Certainly lately. All right. I'm very interested in your podcast book. I'm very interested in ordering that myself. So thank you so much.
I would happily ship you a copy.
I will take you up on that. Thank you so much. All right. Let's say, anything you want to leave our audience with that they could put in their pocket and think about all day?
Who are you being today?
Who are you being today? Yes, very nice. Because don't you notice that most people really don't have opinions themselves? They're just mirroring a lot of people around them.
And they're happy to share those opinions of others.
Big time. And sometimes when I ask people, and what did you read that made you believe this? They really do look at you like deer in headlights. Read? Nope. I just heard it and it sounded good and I'm going to adapt that into my... They say.
I hope I meet they one day. I'll smack them upside the head.
Excellent. Perfect last words. Seth, this has been a delight. I hope we can do this again. Thank you so much.
It would be my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Okay, everybody, don't forget, I have 5 Types of Energy, 5 videos for free. Please go get that at 5typesofenergy.com, and we'll see you soon. Lee Milteer, signing off.